What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. For today we are going to be reviewing Studio Series 86 Ultra Magnus. So without further ado, let's hop into it. To start off with, let's take a look at some of the details and gimmicks that he has. So to start off, one of my favorite things about him is his light piping. He has fantastic light piping. Here, let me move my light to the back. You can see his eyes are literally glowing. That's not even like I'm putting it right next to it. No, I'm putting it like pretty far away and they're glowing. So I love that. Another gimmick that I like is his matrix chamber. You just pull this up and it springs open and boom, matrix of leadership. As you can see, the inside's been detailed quite nicely and it's been painted silver, which they just went the extra mile with that and I love it. Close it back up. You can see he's primarily blue, white, and red. You know, kind of suits the character. But he looks pretty freaking good. You have the sculpt work all along it that helps break up the mold so that way it doesn't just look like a solid piece of plastic. Turn him to the side. You have more sculpt work along the legs, arms, all sorts of stuff. The back, he is pretty clean back there if I do say so myself. Yeah, there's some nice details along the back. You can see how big the light piping is for him. Utterly massive. The other side. Back to the front. Now taking a look at his accessories, you can see he has two guns, two shoulder-mounted missiles, the Matrix of Leadership, and blaster effects. These are the Siege, what is his name? Omega Supreme blaster effects. I almost called them Jetfire blaster effects. Now with the accessories integrated onto the figure, you can see he looks pretty dang good without even like any major posing. But this does lead me to one of my major issues with the figure, is how loosely he holds his guns. I think it mainly has to do with how much articulation is in the hand. So you kind of have to have the fists flat, or else if you rotate, they just fall. And that's kind of an issue for me, but I mean, I like finger articulation, so I can't complain too much. But two guns do store on the back if that was something you'd like to do. Personally, this is actually like the first time I'm doing this, and I've had the figure for about a week now, so I don't really use it, but if you want to, it's there. Now to show you his articulation. He might look big and clunky, but he's surprisingly spry, and I quite enjoy that. For the head, you can turn it all the way around. It does go this far back due to transformation. I can look down. That's pretty dang good. A little bit of tilt. The shoulders can go all the way around. A nice thick ratchet. It can pivot out. You do have the trigger happy shoulders, but I don't think that's too bad. You have bicep rotation, 90-degree elbow. You have wrist rotation, and the fingers are on the 1-3 split. So these three are all combined, and you do have the pointer finger on its own. You get a nice waist pivot. Oh my. Yeah, these can pivot. Yeah, we'll go with it. You can pull it up. You pull this back. Pull it back that far. The knee, 90 degrees. You get a pretty good ankle tilt too. So yeah, he's pretty posable. For some size comparisons, here we have him against the Commander Class Jetfire. So as you can see, he's not a very big Commander Class, but he's definitely more solid. and it has the engineering to match. So I'm pretty happy with my money spent. Here's Leader Class Studio Series 86 Grimlock, and Ultra Magnus is a little bit taller than him. He is 10 times heftier than him. Like I lift him up, I lift up Grimlock, and Grimlock just feels so light. Here's Voyager Class Age of the Primes, Prime of Prime. And to round off the size comparisons, we have Deluxe Class 86 Jazz. Now let's take a look at his vehicle mode. I'm gonna be honest, I was gonna film the transformation, but I just got kind of lazy. So, nah, we're not gonna do it. Because I've already filmed it for like other videos, so I'm not gonna do it this time. But anyways, taking a look. Let's take off the trailer for a sec. Put it off to the side. And here we have the truck. Just a nice, simple little white truck. The bed is pretty flat, but it doesn't really bother me because I usually just have the trailer on it, so you know. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Only issue I have with it is sometimes it struggles to roll. I feel like it's on the head too much. So the head's just right under there. But other than that, I think it's great. Now for the trailer, this is where the bulk of the body went. Okay. I'm just gonna show you some cool things and then some things that I didn't really care for, some things that other people might not care for. So yeah, these Autobot symbols. Wow, I'm struggling today. These Autobot symbols were hidden in robot mode, and now you can see them on the trailer. I think that's pretty cool that they were able to do that. For the back, it opens up. You can throw some cars in there, some Autobots in their vehicle mode. Then you could pull those apart, lower it, and you can make them drive up. So that's a pretty cool play feature, which is kind of uncommon for a studio series. But yeah, he's a nice little car carrier. I think it looks pretty good. Now, some things that I don't necessarily like. I don't like how there's no particular way to like keep the ankle pivot tabbed. So it's always like flopping loose on me. But it's alright, I guess. That's pretty much my only complaint with the vehicle mode, is that I know some people might not like how you can see the fists in there. It doesn't really bother me personally because I didn't notice it until actually filming this video, and I've been messing around with him for about a week, so it's not really prevalent. But yeah, to get the trailer onto the truck, you just put that back in. Boom! Now for some vehicle mode comparisons, I've decided to just show you his car carrying capability, which is pretty freaking good. I think these two especially fit in there pretty nicely. And then, boop, slide them out. Yeah, I think that's really cool. Now for some final thoughts, just to wrap up the video, let's go ahead and talk about price. He is a Commander class, but the aftermarket prices for him are severely high. So, if you can get him for $70 to $80, about base price, I'd say go ahead and grab him. I think he is well worth it. You have the great transformation, great articulation, you have a great selection of accessories, some cool play features. He just has everything. Yeah, that's been my look at the Studio Series 86 Ultra Magnus. If you enjoyed, go ahead and drop a like, and I'll see you in the next video.